Actually remember from last year in Leipzig when the Games Convention was there. I was at a Guitar Hero World Tour presentation made by you it's still up on our site in the archives. That was a long presentation of all the features in Guitar Hero World Tour. How do you follow all that stuff in a sequel again?
Well, I'll try to give you a shorter presentation, but what we have this year, what we've done is we've kind of done a couple things. We wanted to tear down the conventional band. You know, if you played World Tour, you were kind of stuck playing bass or singing, and if you didn't want to or you had extra guitars, you really couldn't play. Now we allow you to use any instrument combination. So if you want to play as 4 guitarists, you can do that. If you want to play as 2 drummers, 2 guitarists, if you got an extra drum kit, you can do that. You could play as 4 vocalists if you like. So it's really about the freedom to be able to play the game how you want to play it. One of the other big things we did this year is we created a new gameplay mode called Party Play. And what that does is you can just turn the game on, it'll boot right up into the interactive stage show. You'll see the band members rocking out, songs will just be coming on randomly. You can then press one button and your highway will come right up. You don't have to go through signing in or going into any menus. You can just push one button, join the song that's in progress. Other people can join you, your highway will slide over, theirs will come up, morph over. People can drop in and drop out, and it's just no complicated BS. The music never stops, so it's great for a party. You can just set it up. You can load up your playlist of your party playlist and just let it run, and it's a big interactive jukebox where people can just come up and jump in and out and play without having to worry about stopping the song or anything. So 2 really big features for Guitar Hero 5.
How does that affect the music? Is there any change in the tracks when you're playing?
Yeah, if you're playing as 4 guitarists, when you miss a note, if one guy misses a note, we do lots of panning to separate kind of where people are. So if your highway's all the way on the left, then you'll hear your missed notes all the way farthest left in the speaker array. If you're kind of on the right, then on the right. So if you miss a note, and the other guys hit it, obviously the guitar music stream won't stop, but you hear your missed note sound. So you kind of get a sense of where you are spatially, and you can hear and figure out if you missed a note or not.
So how does it sound with 4 drummers?
It sounds great. Drums are pretty quiet. So if you're playing drums together, it's not as loud as just beating on a table or anything. And it's actually pretty cool. You get a really good energy if you are fortunate to have multiple drum kits together. You get a pretty good energy. If you ever see the intro to the Beijing Olympics, and there's 100 taiko drummers, down there, you kind of get that kind of vibe, especially when they're all good drummers and they're playing in rhythm. It's you just have to experience it. Guitar Hero 5, although being a social game, it also has a lot of new competitive game types. So we have games like Momentum. If you play Momentum, you can play with 4 guitarists. You can play. If you miss 3 notes, you'll drop down in difficulty. If you get 20 in a row, you'll go up in difficulty. So we have 5 new game types like that you can play multiplayer on 4 guitars or 4 drums in a more competitive setting, which kind of separates it from Band Hero. And DJ Hero is another game entirely, so completely different.
Was there anything that you had to scratch that you really wanted to get in there but didn't really work?
We tried velocity-sensitive strum bars, for instance. We've done quite a few hardware prototypes. Things just didn't work. Things that weren't good enough to make it into the final game to make it polished. So I don't know if we really cut anything in particular. We do try a lot of things through the prototype phase of the project. We did take a big revamp this year on the music studio. That was something we implemented last year, and we took a completely new approach to it this year. And if you get to see it, you'll get to see both the audio quality and the usability of it are improved dramatically. We also have a pattern editor which allows you to paint loops in there and just place loops like building blocks, so you can easily create a backing drum and bass beat, for instance, and then just worry about recording the lead guitar on top of it. So quite a few new tools like that you'll see that are hopefully building the community and allowing people to create even better music than before.
How about the old songs from World Tour? Do they work with Guitar Hero 5?
If you've purchased downloadable content for Guitar Hero World Tour, 152 of those songs, so basically 6 of them won't work. 152 will, and that's just due to licensing disagreements that we've had. We're trying to get all the songs licensed to bring in. So the majority of your downloadable content will work. And the cool thing is we actually went back and added features to that. So for instance, in Metallica, we introduced Expert Plus on drums. So any songs that came out on DLC that did not have Expert Plus originally, we've added that in as an option. Band moments are something that are new to Guitar Hero 5. You'll see gems that come down, they're on fire. If the whole band hits them, then pyro goes off and you get a big band multiplier. So we've brought all the older content up to Guitar Hero 5 as far as features. So you will download a small patch that will kind of update your system to be able to add these features into your old downloadable content. And then that stuff will just be right there in your set list. We also announced a couple weeks ago franchise compatibility. So you'll notice in the options menu the ability to import songs. And you'll be able to import songs from World Tour and from Smash Hits by putting in the code on the back of your manual for those games. So we'll be announcing more details on that soon. But yeah, you can build your library up very quickly.
When you're separated, as you said, you'd separated into Band Hero, aimed at a younger audience. Does that mean that we're going to see more sex, drugs, and rock and roll in Guitar Hero? More, you know, the full rock experience, or is it still going to be like Meatloaf says, sex, drums, and rock and roll?
That's the intention for the future. You know, we'll see where it takes us. But yeah, we thoroughly want to infuse more sex in rock and roll, and I would say drugs, but Fry Ming's here, so I'll say drugs as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks.